through June 1st.
Thousands of gas stations sweep for skimmers, the state's new plan to protect your money.
A teen accused of trying to light up his house with his whole family inside. What he claims is behind this terrifying crime.
And a decision few people saw coming, how an agency's plan for future growth could mean fewer jobs for one community.
Now, on 10 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Reginald Roundtree.
And I'm Dion Lim. Thanks for staying with us. A consumer alert tonight for anyone who uses a credit or debit card at the pump. The state says the number of thieves using so-called skimmers to swipe your financial information continues to grow. Now it's working with the petroleum and convenience store industries to try and prevent it. 10 News reporter Eric Glasser is live for us in St. Pete tonight at one of the gas stations recently victimized to tell us more about the plan. Eric.
Dion, this is a list of recommendations actually from the state's Department of Agriculture. They're the ones that regulate the pumps. You've probably seen their stickers on there. They recently went around and took a look at more than 7,500 pumps around the state of Florida and found more than 100 of them. 103, in fact, had those skimming devices. They're not recommending anything mandatory right now, but they did put out this list asking station owners and their employees to follow the recommendations.
It's just an inconvenience, you know.
It happened to Michael Stanford. A stop at the pump a few months ago led to a call from his bank a few days later. His financial information stolen.
They must have had something, I don't know the specifics of it, but I know that it had to be from that because I actually just got that debit card and I wasn't using it anywhere.
Today, Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam announced an awareness campaign urging service station workers to routinely check for tampering and watch out for suspicious activity. Trucks blocking their view, cars parked nearby for long periods of time.
To make sure that someone, a thief, has not tampered with these pumps and are using their gas station and their pumps to steal your identity and to steal your money.
Some service stations have already taken proactive steps, adding new padlocks, placing strips of high-tech tape on the pumps, which can warn customers of tampering.
But some of those ideas can easily be worked around. For example, that safety tape may be peeled off, broken by vandals, or similar tape can even be purchased by the bad guys online.
We have many problems.
Station owner Sam Macarius wants to keep his customers safe, but the burden, he says, should also be shared with financial companies who could make debit and credit card info harder to swipe.
I do it, I check it, but credit card companies must do things for this.
Customers like Ellie McLaren agree.
No, I think it lies with everybody. I mean, the consumer has to be proactive, but the business owners and the government should be proactive in it as well.
Commissioner Putnam vowed that the state would use what he called every weapon in its arsenal to protect consumers in the state and visitors here from this sort of identity theft. But the state also stopped short of making any of these rules mandatory. So for now, all of the implementation, not only of this list, but any of those measures you've seen some already undertake, are strictly voluntary. Reporting live in St. Pete, Eric Glasser, 10 News.
We wanted to get you more information on this story, so we've posted ways to avoid becoming a skimming victim, plus a breakdown of the affected gas stations at WTSP.com. Just click Seen on TV.
Developing now, hundreds of end-of-course exams invalidated because students used the wrong calculators. Now, right now, the Florida Department of Education delivered the bad news to Pasco schools today. They say that all Anclote High Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and Geometry end-of-course exams were not accepted. Instead of using online calculators, students used scientific calculators. More than 200 students who took the Algebra 1 Florida Standards Assessment Test will have to take it again, as passing the FSA is a graduation requirement. But the rest of the students are not impacted. Testing will take place in July. New details and a new sketch in the case of a fake police officer in Polk County. Haines City Police released this rendering of a possible suspect in multiple robberies. Officers say that he's impersonating law enforcement and is targeting Hispanics, asking victims to get into his car before driving them to the city limits and then robbing them. He's described as a male between 5'6" and 5'9", weighing about 180 to 200 pounds. If you know anything about this man or this case, call Haines City Police or Crime Stoppers at the number right there on your screen.
New information, a St. Pete officer shot in the line of duty is doing better tonight. Officer Michael Cardiviola left a hospital and is recovering at home. Cardiviola was wounded in the leg while responding to a shooting call he received, then a ceremonial coin recognizing his performance. 18-year-old Austin Goodner shot Cardiviola and police fired back, killing him.
We just woke up to a can of gasoline in the middle of our bedroom floor.
A mother calls 911 after finding a gas can and fuel inside her family's home. Deputies say it turned out to be her teenage son who was trying to set the place on fire with everyone inside. Now, in accordance with our 10 News crime guidelines, we are choosing not to identify that teen since he is a minor. 10 News Polk County newsroom reporter Marcus Grayson has the chilling details of the alleged plot.
Shaken but alive, these parents returned to the home where deputies say their son plotted to kill them.
In addition to charging him criminally, we sent him for a mental health evaluation.
The sheriff says Monday night the son poured gas inside the entire home, making sure he covered all the exits with fuel.
But his goal and plan was to burn his mother, his father, and his sister up in a blazing fire.
Investigators say the suspect invited one of his classmates over and gave him an empty gas can and some family mementos. But before too much damage could be done, the suspect mother smelled smoke and called 911. Sheriff Judd says the boy ultimately confessed to the crime, saying his family was pressuring him.
You know, we're all under a lot of stress in life, but you know what? We ask for help. We don't go, oh, I think I'll kill my mother, my father, and my sister. That's insanity.
In Polk County, Marcus Grayson, 10 News.
The teen suspect now sits in the Polk County Jail, charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. Investigators believe the boy had been plotting for about a month to kill his family. He told deputies that the pressure about his grades, trying to make friends at a new school, and raging hormones from puberty were just too much for him to take.
Well, new tonight, a man charged with shooting at George Zimmerman last week was fixated on the former Neighborhood Watch leader. That's according to a newly released police report. Lake Mary police say that Zimmerman was driving in an Orlando suburb when Matthew Apperson got behind him in his truck and yelled, "You remember me?" Zimmerman says he called Apperson a clown. A short time later, Apperson fired a gun at Zimmerman's truck. Zimmerman was not seriously hurt. Apperson is charged with aggravated assault, and we're told that he was recently admitted to a mental institution. Before leaving Ruskin this morning for Washington, D.C., the man who flew his gyrocopter onto the U.S. Capitol lawn told 10 News he's keeping quiet before his pretrial hearing. Hughes made a flight to deliver a campaign message of reform last month. On Sunday, he wrote an editorial for the Washington Post saying he has faith in the jury that will hear his case. He also says he'll accept whatever consequences come from his flight. Hughes is on house arrest and is driving to his hearing.
New information, the state attorney's office is looking at trespassing charges against a Tampa banker for cutting down protected sea grapes on Holmes Beach. Holmes Beach's police chief says Hosea Vero cut a 25 by 50-foot section of sea grapes on city property and another homeowner's land just to have a better view from his home across the street. The chief says Vero asked the city for permission and was twice denied. The charges include criminal mischief. Vero also faces a $10,000 fine from the state. In a written statement, Vero told 10 News he did not know he was breaking any laws.
The battle against wrong-way drivers intensifies as state agencies turn to education, enforcement, and engineering. The Department of Transportation and Highway Patrol are looking beyond drunk driving, also focusing on road signs and making sure they're as clear as possible. Well, new tonight, road warrior Hillary Zala helps get a new sign installed at a busy intersection to help drivers stay on the course.
Back in April, drivers in Palm Harbor told me they're accidentally turning onto the wrong side of the road when going left onto Alderman Road from US 19. They say it was just confusing. So I went out to check the intersection and I noticed that the turn movement they're talking about didn't have these guide strips to follow through the wide intersection. So folks were turning and accidentally going on the other side of the road. Now, FDOT told me they usually don't install those guide strips for single left turn movements like that one. So I pushed for another solution, and FDOT installed this Keep Right sign on Alderman that you see right here. So now when you turn left from southbound US 19 onto Alderman, you'll have an extra heads up to stay on the correct side of the road. Viewer Paul emailed me very happy with the result. He wrote, in part, "The sign that the Highways Department talked about putting up is there now. I hope that helps. It should." Well, I'm glad we were able to make your drive just a little bit safer. If you believe there's a problem with signage in your area or a road marking that may need to be corrected, just email me at roadwarrior@WTSP.com. I'm Road Warrior Hillary Zala for 10 News.
Taking a look county by county now, in Manatee, about 30% of Bradenton Beach residents have voted so far in a mayoral recall election. Residents are deciding whether to remove Bill Sharon from office and then voting for another mayor. Sharon's co-workers accuse him of misusing city funds and bringing down their morale. Sharon denies those claims. If voted out of office, voters will choose between Vice Mayor Jack Clark and Sharon to become the next mayor. Now, if Sharon completely loses tonight, he can still run for the position in November's general election. Polls do close at 7, and we'll post the results for you at WTSP.com. In Pasco County, a chance to prepare for the summer travel season. The U.S. Postal Service on Postal Drive in Zephyr Hills is holding a passport fair on Friday, May 22nd. That means you don't have to make an appointment to apply for your passport. The post office is holding similar events across the Bay Area during the next few weeks, and we've posted a complete list of those participating offices at WTSP.com. In Polk County tonight, a push to pack the tarmac at Lakeland Lindner Airport. You are encouraged to wear red, white, and blue as 80 veterans are returned home from a trip to D.C. After a day of visiting memorials, they're due back at 8:30 tonight. An honor guard will also have a bike team there to cheer those vets on.
Much more to come on 10 News.
A major local employer presents a big plan, prompting some big worries.
There's a proposed plan that could relocate the Swift Mud District headquarters here in Brooksville down into Tampa. What would that mean for the Hernando County economy? I'm 10 News reporter Casey Cumley. I'll have that story coming up.
Got the earlier showers that we expected today around St. Pete, but now I'm tracking a large thunderstorm in Sarasota County over I-75. Looks like it's starting to drift back towards the coast. We'll track it out, talk about how much longer it'll last, and of course have your evening forecast and your Wednesday planner. For those of you going to the Lightning game tomorrow night, we got a forecast for you, and we'll have the details coming up at 6:15.
Is back.
Tonight on CBS and 10 News, join us at 8 for NCIS, followed by NCIS New Orleans and another episode of NCIS at 10, then 10 News at 11. And stay up for the Late Show with David Letterman. There are just 2 shows left. Dave's guest tonight, comedian Bill Murray and singer Bob Dylan.
One local community is bracing for the worst as talks of losing one of its largest employers becomes more of a reality. The Southwest Florida Management District could relocate its headquarters to Tampa.
Now, a decision is expected within just 60 days, and the people of Brooksville tell 10 News reporter Casey Cumley it would be a devastating blow.
That would affect us a lot.
Mike Peranillo has owned Beyond Bagels in Brooksville for almost 5 years, and the word that the Southwest Florida Water Management District, or SwiftMud, was looking at relocating from Brooksville to Tampa has him worried about his bottom line.
And they do a lot of catering with us, so we're always, in volume, $80, $100 meals going over there, and if that goes away, that hurts us.
The SwiftMud headquarters has been in Brooksville for more than 50 years and employs 337 employees.
That is such a great base of jobs for the area.
Senator Wilton Simpson was so worried about the move, he attended Monday morning's board meeting to voice his concerns. The board said they have no plans to eliminate jobs or move current employees, but they do want to move the designated headquarters title to Tampa, something Simpson is still not comfortable with.
Wherever the headquarters are is generally the most favored area, so that's where the most visitors come to, that's where the most activity is.
Our Tampa service office is the most centrally located office, and there are no plans to close any of our other offices.
I would hope that they just keep growing and keep us busy.
For Peranillo, keeping the bagels flowing means keeping jobs for his employees.
Now the governing board decided to postpone the decision on the relocation for 30 to 60 days. They intend to form a committee to gather more information on a potential relocation. In Hernando County, Casey Cumley, 10 News.
Tracking storms, alerting you, protecting your family. It's time for 10 Weather.
Good evening, my friends. Yesterday we talked about storms and showers starting earlier in the day. It's exactly what we saw in downtown St. Pete. Actually had a couple rounds of showers from our Sky 10 network. This is from the Manatee Theater, and then showing beautiful clear skies for a lot of the afternoon. However, all of that we expected then push along and east of I-75, and that's been the case. We're more isolated in nature as far as storms in the 10 News viewing area, but you can't help but notice the large thunderstorm that we've been tracking since this afternoon around 3, 4 o'clock, as it's been a cluster of storms in eastern Manatee and Sarasota County. Lightning, now I think this serves as a huge heads up, and if you're new to the area, notice these lightning strikes away from the rain. You don't have to have the shower on top of you to have lightning striking in the area. So as soon as you're hearing the rumble of thunder, time to pack it up and head inside, get off of the beaches and let this storm go by. As it's crossed I-75, we are seeing the bulk of the lightning in the core of the storm along I-75 and State Highway 72. But again, we're seeing, and I'll track this, it is knocking on your door in Venice right now. But in the next couple of minutes, say between about 5 minutes from now, 6:22, we'll see this on top of you as it has again crossed I-75 and drifting off to the west. Venice Beach at about 6:29 at the bottom of the hour. So you got about 10 minutes, we'll say. Tilting this back in 3D mode, we'll show you in Storm Tracker 10. I've been watching what looks to have maybe been for a moment or two a small hail core. So there might have been a little small hail falling as this was coming across I-75 or just on the eastern side. But for the most part, this is going to be heavy rain, a lot of lightning and thunder, and the potential that obviously we're going to have some strong wind gusts as it's moving in. At this point, not severe, and I would expect that it starts weakening here before too long. It starts raining itself out. Also watching a few showers here, eastern Hillsborough County. Everything else has rained itself out, so this is kind of out in areas that are going to be between 75 and Polk County, just to the southeast of Bloomingdale. Back in Tampa, looking beautiful and hazy on the horizon. We're around 86 degrees starting our evening. West winds 13 miles an hour. And as that storm in Sarasota rains itself out, evening temperatures start around the mid 80s and fall to about 81 degrees. But I want you to note, late this evening, while Tampa westward to the Gulf Beach is done with rain for the day and any opportunity, right here in Polk County, Lakeland, Bartow, want to make sure you've got a heads up, or on Auburndale and Haines City, still got a chance for some brief showers and storms around 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. So keep that in mind for your evening plans. And any and all showers that are left look to be done by around midnight. So looking ahead to our Wednesday, start around 74 degrees between partly cloudy to partly sunny skies and a couple of isolated storms. I'm expecting tomorrow to look a little more like Monday did. Very isolated storms in nature as far as our 10 News viewing area goes. Less rain coverage than today. You can see here late afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, we do have a few showers and storms firing up. So it's not a rain-free forecast, but it'd be along and east of I-75. The most likely spot for any Wednesday showers. So keeping that in mind, expecting plenty of sunshine, especially late afternoon as the sea breeze clears out the skies. We're looking at 89 in Newport Richey, 85 in Lakewood Ranch, 92 in Haines City for us, and 90 in Dade City. And then, of course, the big game, Game 3, baby. We're looking at storms east of I-75, so if you're driving in from Lakeland or eastern Hillsborough County, you might have a shower to drive through. But in downtown Tampa, around Amalie Arena, for tailgating and for the big game, we're looking good to go, my friends. On the water, we'll see a light wind, and again, not the big issue of lightning that we had earlier today, so a light chop. And your tide times, high tide is 5:36, low tide is 8:52. Looking ahead in your 7-day forecast, Wednesday and Thursday has only isolated storm chances. Friday, we're back up to a 30% coverage, and then for your holiday weekend right now, we'll be about a 40% coverage all 3 days. But all 3 days look at late afternoon and early evening. So you've got up until that point all 3 days to enjoy sunshine, dry weather, and hot temperatures too. So stay hydrated. But Memorial Day right now looking good. Just be careful late afternoon and evening. You can download the 10 News app so you can track storms on your phone. Search WTSP in the App Store. You get Live Storm Tracker 10 in your hands.
He looked out for the community and cared for your children for 20 years.
Now, a year after his passing, the plans for a touching tribute coming up next.
Hi. Hi, we're here to look at a Camry.
We just came from a birthday party.
Hey, hockey fans, do you remember Brad Richards in the Lightning Stanley Cup year? Second line center, 7 game-winning goals, and he won the Conn Smythe. Sounds like Tyler Johnson this year, doesn't it? Johnny has a playoff-high 11 goals, including last night's hat trick. All right, blunder and lightning. The best headline writers were in New York. That was the Daily News today. The blunders included this one by Marty St. Louis, who lost the puck while on a 5-on-3, and that was Tyler Johnson's first of 3 goals. He has taken over the playoffs.
I think what we're mainly focused on is the fact that we worked so hard to get into this position, and we didn't want to just squander it away. We felt like we didn't play very well game 1, and we definitely needed more, and I thought the team responded very well tonight, and I thought we played a great game.
A very intelligent player with a lot of skill, a lot of speed and skill, but he has a lot of intelligence as well.
It seems like he was leading the way tonight, and we were kind of following, so when you have a guy that could turn it up a notch like that, it's huge.
And now the Rays open a little 2-game series in Atlanta tonight. Erasmo Ramirez gets the start after his strong effort on Thursday when he beat the Yankees. The American Athletic Conference baseball tournament opened today in Clearwater at Bright House Field. USF and Memphis, lots of hits in this one, but how about some defense from the catcher, Levi Borders? Look at that. The catch and a face full of dirt. Big blow in the second for USF. Luke Maglich in a 3-run homer, almost made it to 19. 5-2 Bulls led there, and they go on to win the conference opener at 10-6 margin. And former Notre Dame quarterback Everett Golson has decided to transfer to Florida State. He's got 1 year of eligibility remaining and a decent chance he takes over at quarterback for Jameis Winston. Dion?
Well, finally tonight, a touching tribute to a veteran police officer and crossing guard killed in the line of duty. A year ago Wednesday, Doug Carey was killed as he worked to keep kids safe at the corner of Belcher Road and Gulf to Bay Boulevard. Tomorrow morning, members of the Clearwater Police Department will lay 2 memorial wreaths, one of them at the site where he died. Since his passing, Clearwater Police created the Doug Carey Crossing Guard Award, a way to remember one guard while honoring another. What a great tribute.
Yes, indeed.
And with that, that's it for 10 News at 6. We'll see you right back here tonight at 11.
Breaking news, 24/7 live local radar, WTSP.com. Is that all?
Want patio furniture that lasts season after